It'll never truly shock me how there are people out there who are dedicated to creating their own versions of events so that they could feel good about themselves, when in reality what they're doing could negatively impact somebody else, because what you're doing is absolutely stupid and is devoid of any concept of reality, especially when something is going on right in front of your face. Allow me to introduce you all to Christopher Thompson, a man who, based on the image you see on the screen, is going to spend a long time in jail. Well, why is he spending a long time in jail, Leon? What did he do? I'm glad you asked. He kidnapped a woman, violated her body, robbed her, and then violated her body a second time, I believe at gunpoint. So you can imagine, based on what I just said to you, this is a person who belongs in jail. And originally, the concept was he was going to be in jail for 60 years. And anyone could have their agreements or disagreements about the length of time for this prison sentence. I personally don't give a damn, because you violated a body twice, you robbed her, and you deserve the length that you were supposed to have, 60 years. And I say supposed to because remember what I said at the beginning about somebody just sitting back and deciding to create their own version of events because they have nothing better to do? Well, the judge decided to cut that time in half. Why? Because, oh my God, poor black man.
A man was found guilty last week of kidnapping, robbing, and a woman.
A jury recommended a 65-year prison sentence, but the judge in the case cut that time in half. WDRB's Dalton Godby tells us it brought a spotlight of scrutiny, not just on this decision, but other orders in this same court.
Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Christopher Thompson.
Within seconds of Christopher Thompson's sentencing hearing.
Before we even get appearances, Mr. Thompson, I'm gonna need you to be respectful.
I ain't doing nothing.
He insulted Jefferson County Judge Tracy Davis.
Well, it's fine. Okay?
What?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Spit on y'all wood.
At the end of the day, I'm the one with the pen.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
And it's a sad, sad scenario.
I ain't tripping.
So you just told me eat your and you called me a sucker twice.
The disruptions continued throughout the entire hearing. Thompson was convicted in December of robbery, kidnapping. In 2023, the 24-year-old abducted a woman, robbed her, and twice.
I don't have sympathy for nobody.
Come in here.
Yeah, I don't have sympathy for you, the victim's
we don't
family.
need your
I don't
sympathy.
care.
It's fine. But if you...
During sentencing, the prosecutor asked the judge to uphold the jury's 65-year recommendation, but Judge Davis explained she would lower that sentence to just 30 years, as Thompson repeatedly interrupted.
I don't care. I don't care.
Unfortunately, he fell through the cracks and ended up before this court as an 18 or 19-year-old. This court does not believe that Mr. Thompson, if given the resources that he can get while incarcerated, is beyond being rehabilitated.
Sexual predatory offense.
Now, just days later, city leaders are outraged by the decision.
Where is the concern for the victim? Do we think she's going to get over this in 30 years?
Metro Council's Minority Caucus, which has vouched for more judicial transparency, pointed out Monday that Judge Davis has granted shock probation in dozens of cases since 2023.
My next step is to request for all of her shock probation cases to have the public learn about who she is releasing from the sentences that are given to them. That's the minimum I can do for the electorate of this community, so that they can understand the decisions that she's making.
But Judge Davis thought the jury's recommendation was too long. She feels he hasn't mentally matured yet and never had a real shot at getting any help early in life.
But if you were to come in here and instead of being hurt and angry, which is what this court hears, right, as a 20-year-old African-American male that has been, experienced this society, etc., and you would show that, yes, okay, this is the situation, this is who I am. I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be in jail for forever.
Thompson repeatedly stated he did not care, not about his sentence, the victim, or her family. But Judge Davis emphasized she's the one that holds the pen, and regardless of what the media may think, she applies the law. To her, 65 years was an extremely long time. As she puts it, it's his whole life, one she doesn't believe should be spent entirely behind bars.
This court does not believe that Mr. Thompson, if given the resources that he can get while incarcerated, is beyond being rehabilitated.
The funniest part to me is that while this woman is trying very hard to explain to everybody that, the prison system negatively impacts a group of people and bad times create bad people, and if he would have had the proper care and the proper circumstances, he wouldn't even be in this courtroom right now. And the whole time, fuck that, I don't care, I'd spit on you, it's just the whole time of trying to create a point, you have somebody in front of your face openly not matching the vibe of what you're trying to present. You are trying to say about one thing what is not happening right now. You have a guy in front of you who does not care about what he did and who probably deserves nothing but the fiery pits of hell. And you are trying to make it seem like, oh, it's that evil, corrupt system that has taken another life. No, this motherfucker is almost equivalent to gleeful about the crime he committed, violating a woman, talking and openly threatening you and how he could possibly do it if there weren't a bunch of people that are ready to stop him. You are embarrassing yourself trying to create a story around somebody who don't even fit the pages in the book, and you to sit there and think that, oh, well, if I just say it in this manner, everyone will just believe it, is impossible, again, because the guy you're saying it about is openly going against the fucking framework of you're trying to map out. I think the sick part is this could have worked in any other circumstance of you trying to explain how the prison system is going to negatively impact somebody and growing up one way will lead somebody down a dark path. It probably would have worked if you didn't have somebody in the room openly threatening you and saying that they didn't care. But because you did have that, you look like somebody who's just okay with crime and shrinking the prison sentences because, oh, you feel as though the poor, precious African American needs a decent chance in this world. I'm sorry, but the chances were taken away the minute he decided to violate somebody's body. You can't really bring that back, and you can't really come back from it because now you'll have a history of violating a body and not caring that you did it. When given the opportunity of a lesser sentence, you're sitting there begging for a longer one. And because this judge is a fucking dumbass, she's not giving it to you. And now everyone's going to call into question this woman's intellect, this woman's judge of character, and her responsibilities as a judge, because I would hold the drastic, controversial opinion that when you have all the information necessary to give somebody the harshest punishment possible, you do it. You do not cut it in half because you feel bad for the perpetrator and not about the victim, because apparently a victim just doesn't fucking matter in this circumstance. Because how is it that somebody could be violated twice and get robbed, and then the judge is going to sit there and show more care towards the motherfucker that violated them as opposed to the actual victim? Cartoonish to the most benign degree, and it will leave me with no true faith in the justice system in any capacity, because a true slam dunk could just be thrown out or shrunken in half all because of plea deals or now borderline incompetence because the poor African American disenfranchised needs a fair shake after they've proven that they can piss it away at any given fucking circumstance. But let me know, what do you think? Should it be even less than 30 years? Should he just walk scot-free? Should he get life? Should he get 65 years? Should he get the chair? All of these welcome thoughts I need in the comments down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah! Goodbye. I'm too lazy to turn the light on. That's why I've been in the dark for the past 7 videos.